Hello, I'm Sara Hussin. I graduated from UC Merced in May 2025 with a bachelor's in applied math. I began my undergrad studies at NYT, where I worked with Dr. Selkos on using spatial transcriptomics to predict immunotherapy response in lung cancer. After transferring to UC Merced, I spent a short time at JGI to work on a metagenomics project, and most recently, I spent a year at UCSF working with Dr. Paulson on AI-driven drug discovery. That first project with Dr. Selkos shaped one I'm passionate about today, which is developing longitudinal AI systems that can identify the right biomarkers and time points for treatment decisions. In my work, I found that tumor features had strong predictive power, but slightly declined by 2 years, while macrophage features started weak but became strong predictors over time. What this showed me is that no single compartment captures how disease evolves and that we need information from multiple compartments integrated over time. This is related to a larger challenge in healthcare. Response prediction is dynamic and driven by molecular, imaging, and clinical signals that are irregularly sampled and fragmented across systems, which often forces clinicians to make high-stakes decisions with limited information. My approach would be to extend current multimodal transformers using cross-modal attention and temporal embeddings that can learn which modalities are most informative at different time points while also capturing these irregularly spaced events. The goal here is learning latent disease trajectories that identify which features and time points predict response. I've already tackled similarly challenging AI problems. During my work at UCSF, I trained neural network classifiers to predict kinase inhibitors, where the biggest challenge here was the class imbalance. To address this, I used graph-based molecular representations to better exploit the structural information in the few known actives. I also used scaffold-based splitting to improve generalization and class weights to balance the minority class influence. Despite all of this, the model still missed many active compounds, which showed me the importance of data diversity and that complex problems like this often require combining multiple approaches thoughtfully. And it's really the combination of all these experiences that I believe has prepared me for a PhD. They have exposed me to different domains and, most importantly, the challenges within each domain, whether it was loss of signal in biomarkers, algorithmic bias in metagenome assemblers, or poor generalization in drug discovery. Each has taught me to understand why models break down, and I want to spend the next 4 years building systems that address these challenges. However, my path here wasn't always smooth. In 2023, my financial aid was revoked due to legal residency issues, which coincided with personal family struggles that really affected my academic performance that year. What got me through was a lot of support from faculty and staff who helped me reinstate my financial aid and connected me with support resources. And since then, I've made the Dean's List every semester. I also took a graduate level bioinformatics class while conducting research at UCSF and serving as a learning assistant. That experience taught me a lot about being resilient and that I can't do this work alone. Which finally brings me to why the health AI PhD is so essential for what I want to do, because I still need that deeper clinical understanding. Through the clinical rotations, I'll learn how data is generated, how doctors make decisions, and what challenges they face in practice. I also want to contribute to ongoing projects early on and attend lectures on clinical informatics to stay engaged with the current research. I also want to connect with leaders in the AI Council specifically to understand the policy landscape that shapes how these systems are deployed. At the center of all this is understanding the clinical environment where AI is used and the people it's meant to serve. Thank you so much for your consideration.